Good day, everyone. Welcome to Maths with Gaston. I am Gaston Mapala. Today, let's have a look at algebra functions on grade 10. All right. So now, critical things that you need to know. Okay. There's only two sets of information that you need to know to be able to deal with fractions. Okay. Let's say, for an example, you are given in a fraction is a plus 1 in this instance is multiplied by a, so plus 1 multiplied by a over 2. Okay, if it's times, okay, if it's times, the only thing that you need to do is to multiply throughout. Let's say the question says you need to simplify. Okay, the question said you need to simplify. So the only way to deal with this one is to multiply throughout by the LCD. So what do? We multiply by the LCD, lowest common denominator. What is the lowest common denominator? Lowest common denominator simply refers to everything at the bottom. Everything at the bottom. Okay, everything at the bottom. So you need to multiply by everything that is at the bottom. Okay, for an example, in this equation, what is at the bottom is 2a plus 1. So you need to multiply by that. Okay, let's say same thing would apply if you've got the same set of equation 1 all over a plus 1 divided by a all over, so this doesn't look like a, it looks like 9. Okay, a all over 2. Same thing would apply. Then what would you do here? You just remember that you need to do the inverse. I don't know what your teacher call it, but for the sake of this video, I will call it an inverse. You must flip it. Flip, and then the numerator will become the denominator, and then the denominator will become the numerator. Okay, so you're going to have here a. So what is everything that is at the bottom now? Everything that is at the bottom is going to be a plus 1. Okay, but I know what you're asking. You're asking now, you say Gaston, what do you mean by saying multiply by the LCD? What I mean when I say multiply by the LCD, I mean you are gonna come here and say equal to this whole fraction here, which is a plus 1, which is this is your LCD. You need to multiply it by the whole fraction, a into a plus 1, then multiply by a, multiply by, then in this case, a plus 1, therefore it's going to be 2 all over a. Okay, this is basically what I mean when I say multiply by the LCD. Okay, so we know what to do when there's multiplication. We know what to do when there's a division sign. Let's say now there's a plus sign and a minus sign. What do? You don't multiply by the LCD, but you divide by the LCD. Divide by LCD. Okay, you divide by the lowest common denominator. Let's say the same set of an example, a plus 1 plus a over 2. What is the lowest common denominator? LCD, everything that is at the bottom. So LCD, you would see when we do examples, guys. If you don't understand it, the best way to learn mathematics is through examples. So please make sure that you subscribe and stay tuned to this channel so that you can see our series on fraction when we upload more examples. Okay, there you go. That's our LCD. So what do you mean by say when you divide everything by LCD? What you mean by that is say you're gonna come here and say all over, what is the LCD? 2a plus 1. Okay, therefore if a plus 1 goes how many times? It goes whatever it's not there. Okay, so if a plus 1 is there, so you're going to be left with 2. So this 2 needs to multiply what? The numerator. 2 goes how many times? 2 will have to go a plus 1, which is in bracket, multiply by the numerator. Okay, so that's what we mean by multiply. You would do the same if the question said minus here. Let's say for some reason in this instance they're saying it's minus. the sign is minus, sorry, the sign is minus, then you would basically do the same thing. Divide by the LCD if you see a plus sign and a negative sign. Multiply by the LCD if you see a multiplication sign or a division sign. And that's how you would deal with this. Are the two concepts that are very, very critical for you to know right here on algebraic fraction in grade 10 when you have to simplify the fractions. If you don't understand it, please make sure that you subscribe to this channel and switch on that notification bell so that you get notified when we post examples that will really, really assist you. These examples are structured and they are very strategic to deal with the critical concept that you need to understand chapters, and also you need to understand fraction in this instant. I am Gaston Mapala. See you on the next upload.